Hello, everyone, and welcome to another success story. Today, I am here with Victor, who has just passed our evaluation stage, and he agreed to share some of his experience and knowledge with you. Hello, and welcome on the show, Victor.
Hello everyone, my name is Victor. How are you guys doing?
Myself, I'm doing great. First of all, Victor, I would want to congratulate you. Your performance in the evaluation was truly stunning. I'm gonna post a screenshot from your dashboard right here so that everyone can see just how well you did. Before we move on to further questions, have you already received your fee refund? And if so, how was the process?
Uh, the process was seamless, very quick. I received the funds nearly immediately. They showed up in my bank in like 2 days, something like that, and I'm in Europe, so.
And to start off the interview, maybe could you give us a little bit of your background? Maybe tell us how you got into trading.
So it was mid-COVID times, the pandemic, where I started looking into investing because I was looking at ways on how to make money. And the first thing that everyone was talking about was like crypto and stock investing and all that stuff. It was booming in 2020. That's when I got introduced to stock trading. From there on, I didn't really get a lot of success in it, started losing money. So I tried to find an alternative because I really like the way of how you can make money online and with like trading and websites make it so easy nowadays to trade and invest in general, and that's how I got into it.
So, what made you choose our program? You know, there are so many prop firms out there. There are simulator prop firms. There are prop firms that trade with real capital. What were the choices that you made and why?
So I have traded with other prop firms as well, and when I came to see Lux online, I found out that after the whole simulated virtual accounts theme going around, I was like, yeah, I need to find something more consistent, more like a book model, let's say, and try and get something like consistency, not every year trying to find a new prop firm and like constantly doing these evaluation. I just wanted to find something that doesn't require as much like as much doesn't have as much rules. However, they want that perfect risk management and they have that consistency as well as like for future.
So, am I understanding you right that knowing that a prop firm trades with real capital is important to you? And if yes, why?
I would say that is the main thing for me, because when you get inside like other prop firms, you pass the evaluation, one first phase, second phase, then you're not really sure that if you're gonna get paid out, because the company doesn't have credibility yet. Maybe they can show you that they're paying people out, but for how long? And I'm looking for that comfortability and long-term relationship with the people I want to work with, because at the end of the day, that is a job that I'm taking really seriously, and I'm looking for that consistency.
I'm really glad to hear that because that is exactly what we are looking for as a prop firm and a trader. And I think that is overall a very good mindset to have in today's landscape of prop firms in general. I'm pretty sure that a lot of traders out there are curious how you managed to pass the evaluation. So, could you maybe tell us a little bit about what kind of trader you are? What is your strategy? What is your secret to success?
So I would definitely say that I'm more of like passive, patient type of trader. I wait a lot for my setups. Every weekend, like Sunday, I go into the charts. I dissect all of the pairs that I have. I usually trade like only Forex. I don't trade.
Do you trade majors? Do you trade minors or exotics?
I wouldn't trade like exotics. I would say mainly US pairs and pound pairs mainly, and sometimes JPY. Lately, not so much because they're really volatile and I would say choppy in a way, not predictable. And how I usually look at my pairs is only through like risk management and trying to get those confluences to make sure that my trade is going to have a higher percentage of like success. So when I dissect them as of risk management, I mean high risk to reward. So let's say I take 1 to 2 trades a week. I would be looking to get a pair for like at least 1 to 3.5 risk to reward. That is my ideal number.
Thank you very much. How would you say is, or what is it that you're looking for in the markets in terms of when you're analyzing the trades? Maybe I think what I'm interested in is sort of what does your trading day look like? How do you analyze the markets? Do you focus more on the technical side of things or the fundamentals, or is it a combination of both of those?
I would say it's a combination from both. Around 6 months ago, I started getting into fundamentals and news related. I try to avoid news trading, that's for sure. However, how you asked me about the how a trading day looks like. So I wake up like around 6.5 UK time. Then I analyze what I've already analyzed on Sunday. For example, it's Monday morning. I wake up like 6 something. I join, like, put the chart on, and I start watching if my trade is actually gonna do what I have predicted previously. And if the chart moves the same way, then I take the trade. If a trade doesn't come out, I just don't enter the market. There is no need to be affiliated in all the things going around. I only enter
How
a
do you
trade.
psychologically handle that? I know that a lot of traders struggle exactly with this. When I speak to them and they say, you know, I have to get into the market. How do you deal with that personally?
So for a very long time, I've had that experience as well. I just wanted to be involved, and I was thinking like every trade is a winning trade. No, it is a game of probabilities, and you have to minimize your amount of trades, especially if you're more of like day trader, swing trader, because sometimes I hold trades for longer than one day. So you have to wait that for that perfect moment. And if you're constantly involved, there is a higher probability of you taking a loss. And then these losses affect your mindset totally. For me, the game changer was when I moved from like 6, 7, 8 trades a week to just like 2, 3 maximum.
You spoke a little bit about how you get into the market. What is it that you're looking for? What role would you say discipline plays in your trading, and how important would you say discipline is for a trader?
I would say discipline is one of the major like roles when it comes to trading. So how I got this discipline is, I would say, mainly routine. So you should have a routine. Like, it doesn't matter if it's for trading or your normal lifestyle, you just have to have that routine in order to be able to manage the markets. And if you don't have that routine, you're just not going to go anywhere, because your strategy is not going to be followed. You have to have discipline in everything you do in order to have discipline in the markets, to be patient, to wait for your pair, to wait for your like specific trade, for everything to work out.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad to hear that. Now, my next question is sort of about tools and resources. What are your favorite tools to use while analyzing the charts? Is there something you couldn't do it without?
I wouldn't say there is something I couldn't do it without, but I would say if there is an indicator that I use, that's the exponential moving average, EMAs. And I use these like virtual psychological levels, like round numbers and 500 at the end. So I use them as psychological level and an added confluence to my strategy.
So pretty much you like to stay with the simpler indicators. You're not going for something crazy. You don't have your charts full of stuff. Would you say you're a trader who prefers cleaner charts to more, I would say, cluttered charts?
I would say for me, it's the cleaner charts. My charts are nearly like blank. I just have the EMA. I have these levels rounded up at like support and resistance zones. And I like my chart clear so I can clearly see when a breakout is happening or when the trade is maybe turning around, going the other way. So I'm, how I said, a very risk management person. So sometimes, even if I'm in profit and I see and I think that the chart is moving to the opposite side, I just exit the trade because sometimes that is necessary to save capital.
You say that risk management is incredibly important to you. What are some of the most important, I guess, lessons that you've learned about risk management so far that have helped you the most?
I would say long term, if you have a proper risk management strategy, there is a like at least 50 to 60% higher probability of you making the right move because the market moves in quarters and it's seasonal. So sometimes are not ideal to trade. For example, like the end of the year or summertime because we're not getting that volume in the market. And just being able to last longer, it is one of the main things, being able to last in the market. Because if you take constantly a lot of trades, having just like that losing streak might get you out of the way. And with my risk management and like how many trades I take and how much do I risk, I'm able to manage all the losing streaks from like the past 2 years. I haven't like failed a challenge or something like that because of my risk management, because I'm just able to last long in the market without it like kicking me out or losing my balance or something like that.
I completely understand. I think, and it is again something that we pretty much say all the time on our YouTube channel, is the fact that, you know, surviving in the markets is probably the most important thing. And once you can do that, then you can focus on actually starting to grow your account. Now, talking about growth, how do you assess and improve your own skills over time? What has been that have helped you improve as a trader?
Okay, so I'm a big believer in just having your own strategy and try to follow it long term. When we talk about adjustments in the strategy, I wouldn't say it's more of like adjustments, but it's adaptability, being able to adapt to the market season. How I said, the market moves in seasons, and sometimes it's like really unpredictable. So you have to make sure that you minimize those losses in at that time. So what happens if I, for example, go into a losing streak, I start to trade less and I take more days off to maybe relax or do something else that I like. And when I come back into the market, I'm refreshed and ready to go. But losing streak is just an inevitable part of like your trading journey. So I like to adapt to it, not get out fully of the market, because if you get out fully of the market, then you're gonna lose that like you being involved. And by you not being involved, you just lose your like how can I focus.
Yeah, I think so. And one of my last questions is, what would be your advice for a trader who's just starting out and maybe starting to think about, hey, maybe one day I want to be a funded trader?
If I would have any advice, that would be have a very nice strategy, that it is back tested. However, back testing only wouldn't work in like life scenarios. So you have to put yourself, set your psychological and like mindset into like in the zone, and from there on you are going to see like if your strategy is actually worth it or not. When you have your strategy and you see that it's working both at back testing and live scenarios, then you're ready to start working on your mindset in regards to like taking losses, risk management. And when you have that set up, I think you're ready to go to try a funded challenge.
Thank you very much. And my last question, I'm not sure if it's possible with you right now, if you are at the computer that you trade at, but would it be possible to maybe share a screen and take us through one of your trades just to see how you think when you go through a trade?
Okay, so I look at the weekly chart to analyze, basically see where I'm located currently in the market. And I look for if we are bullish or bearish at every time frame. When I see where I am in the market and see that, for instance, we are bullish, I put these areas of interest, let's say, and usually they are around these psychological levels, how I said the round numbers, for example, 0.67,000. And from there on, we can move to the daily chart and see that we have created previously a support and resistance zone. When we reach these like areas of interest, let's say, I can as well see that both the daily and the weekly chart are at the same place, making it easier for me to see that is actually a stronger support and resistance. From there on, I expect a rejection from the zone, ideally creating like a bullish engulfing on the daily chart. After that, I can clearly see that this zone is getting rejected and used as support. From there on, we move to the 4-hour chart, and we can see that we've got here a triple bottom, which is another confluence that it is great to see in your charting. I as well track if we are bullish or bearish on the 4-hour time frame as well. From there on, when we see that we have gotten bullish into the 4-hour, I'm expecting a pullback to this area of interest. And from there on, I expect another, let's say, for instance, like a 1-hour bullish engulfing candle to enter the trade. And in regards to stop losses, maybe I would look around something like just below that 1-hour structure based on like entry time frame, which is the 1 hour in that case.
Well, thank you very much for taking us through that.
No worries, no worries.
Also, thank you for taking the time for today's interview. It has been a real pleasure, and I hope to speak to you again very soon.
I hope to. Thank you. Thank you so much for the interview.
And for those of you at home, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions for me and Victor, leave them in the comment section down below and we'll get to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with us, feel free to visit the links down in the description and visit our contact page. Thank you to Victor for being with me here today. Thank you at home for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Have a great day.